Hello there. We urgently need to check if this is working, because I did run into an issue right before I started streaming. Because I might be talking to no one right now. Urgently need to check if this is working. Okay, it's working. Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another stream. It's been far too long. I can't even go back and check because we ran into an issue, which we'll talk about a little bit. I feel like it's been like a while, way over a week. This one says 3 weeks. We had a stream last time that I put up, which was probably less than 2 weeks ago, I hope. But the thing is, I ran into this issue where if you look up my channel name, I mean, now it probably works. My channel shows up. But for a time being, it was just showing the latest VOD and then like a bunch of Kyle's secondary ENT videos. And I was fed up with it. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try like hiding the latest VOD every time. And then apparently it works. So it's back to normal. So we'll see. Anyway, so that's that. Now my mouse is dying, so I should probably go like change the battery or something, but that's fine. Anyway, I'm here. Usually what we do is we go through Twitter. Let me look there. Also, I don't know if the stream will show up in Discord, so maybe I should like put it manually. I don't even know. How would I even do that? I guess I could just tag everyone. It'll tag everyone twice, right? How do I even do this? Let me see. Because there was an issue. This actual stream was privated before. Let's see. Also, if you're here somehow, oh my god, I heard myself. If you're here somehow and you don't join the Discord, check the link in the description. Oh no, there we go. Okay, I already did it automatically. I don't have to do anything. Anyway, let's continue. Now that's all out of the way. All the classic, you know, nonsense stuff. Oh, what did I even get up to last time? I think I talked about, yeah, fan art. We've seen this. Talked about Encanto. Sherlock Season 1, we talked about this thing. This is the last thing we did. I went over and I tried to like guess what all the characters were and I knew most of them. We talked about that. We probably talked about this. Some cool Kefla fan art. This is really cute. This is a Hunter x Hunter fan art for the Chimera arc. We love it. 2 cute characters just doing cute things on a farm. Awesome. We have this girl from the Horse Girl game. We have Freeren. It's a cool fan art. What else is there? We have our 3. No, I don't know this person, but I know these 2. We had our Sherlock Season 2 discussion. Well, hello everyone and welcome back. Which I think went better than the first one. There was more to talk about. I don't really have anything to say. The 32 views, not very popular, but that's okay. Creedon is here. Hello, Creedon. You said the. I don't know why you said the, but good for you. Cool Eri fan art. Because, you know, she was inspired by that musical arc in My Hero Academia, and she just wanted to have a thing, and how cool is that? Okay, I've consumed a few things. I don't think I'll have anything to really talk about. Takapi I finished. Oh yeah, I watched Jordan Peele's movies. So I've seen Get Out before. Like I think I'm pretty sure I watched that in the cinemas when it came out. I watched Us, his second movie, or second like both director and writer movie. And I also watched Greenland, which is not his movie, but was an interesting movie, which I'll talk about in Digest. I watched Nope, which is his third movie, a very interesting movie as well. What a cool visual, like a little shoe sticking up. And this is not a spoiler, this is the first scene in the movie, so don't worry. I watched Alice in Wonderland. So technically I think I definitely saw this as a kid. I didn't remember much of it, so I don't know. I just counted it as a watch, but maybe I'll consider it a rewatch in my rankings. We'll see. Watched Barbarian, a horror movie. Interesting. This was in preparation to Weapons, which is a movie that's out in the cinemas right now, and this was made by the same guy who made Weapons. So I was like, oh, I'll just like watch this, then I'll go watch Weapons one day. Dating Amber, kind of an interesting movie as well. These are all interesting. I'm not going to say anything now. And I played a game, Dune Awakening. I put in 60 hours, I think. Didn't beat the game, but got as far as I was playing with my friends, because now we've moved on to a new game. So that's where we are. That's all my consuming. What else is there? Streaming tonight. That's it. I haven't done much. Just creation-wise, you know? Kyle is here saying, I'm busy. True. Good for you. We have a Chainsaw Man trailer? I didn't know this was the thing. I assume it's just going to be the old trailer, like, redone. This comes out in, like, a few weeks in Japan, I think. And then, like, roughly 2 months for us. Let's see what this is. Is this going to be the same one? Mappa, we love Mappa. Okay, I don't remember. Maybe we did see this? I feel like we did. Yeah, I've heard this song. I think we have seen this, so we're not going to watch it again. I remember thinking it wasn't as good as the first trailer, but it was fine. Now this is exciting. One Piece Season 2 first look. Let's see. Are they on the Grand Line?
Everything I've done. Everywhere I go.
That's the most set-looking set I've seen in my life, but maybe that's the point.
Everywhere I go. Just for the One Piece.
What is that?
What, giants? Wait, what? Oh, I guess I've seen I thought it was an OVA or something with giants. I feel like I recognize Zoro. I feel like I'm meant to be so excited if I had seen the anime. I don't know these characters. Sanji. The action continues to be the best part of the show, it seems. Is that Godzilla? What does that mean? What's that noise? Oh, sea monster. When is it? And season 3. Oh my god. 26. Oh boy. Okay. Are they gonna like line it up so it lines up with some final arc of the manga or whatever? Isn't that ending soon? Wasn't it projected to end like a few years ago or something? I have no idea. I mean, this looks fine. It looks like the same as the first season, which was fine also. I think I gave it like a 3 out of 5. Action continues to look good. Some of the characters look cool. One of them I recognized, I think. Where are they? I'm not going to be able to find it. But it's someone with white hair, I think. It's a giant! This is crazy. Oh my god. Oh yeah, her. Where is it? Show me. I feel like I recognize this character from something. Anyway, let's see. Will your Canberra Raiders beat the Penrith Panthers? I don't know and I don't care, so don't ever ask me about sports again, okay? Ooh, One Piece live action? True. Is Ari really that elite? I am, yes, on this channel specifically. One Piece, that is true. Did you finish Cowboy Bebop video yet, EliteAri? No, I am 2 hours and 17 minutes into it. And for some reason, Bacon keeps like jump scaring me with like the beginning of Tank, and it's really scary every time it happens. So yeah. Bacon, I watched the first episode of Steins Gate. Well done. I've not had any time. Okay, well done, guys, for this. I love it when my chat talks to itself. Skill issue. True. Okay. What is this? Another trailer? It's the same one. Am I crazy? Did we not watch this? I guess it came out 11 days ago. Maybe I watched it last time I streamed, which was maybe 11 days ago. I feel like it's been longer, though. Anyway. It's like an opening for One Piece. Stranger Things. Did we watch this? I don't really need to see this. I'm excited for this movie. We don't need a teaser, okay? What else is there? I don't know. What is this? He risked everything for love. Wow. Okay. What's on the list? Oh, wait. What's on my actual list of stuff to talk about? Wait, Love You, Ari? Wait, what? Wait, did I miss some context? I'm gonna watch a bunch, I think, but don't worry, I'll make notes. Love You, Ari, thank you. I'm not watching this Chainsaw Man movie, I'm behind. True, Kyle is too cowardly. He's afraid that you know what Kyle's afraid of? That if he watches the anime, it's gonna like replace his memory of the manga, and he's like, no, I don't want that to happen, I can't. Blue-Eyed Samurai Season 2. Oh yeah, I heard there was a Season 2. I saw like a thumbnail or something on Twitter. Blue-Eyed Samurai, oops. Oh my god. What is this? This looks cool. Alright. I'm assuming if it's official start of production, it'll all be clips from Season 1. And I probably won't even remember them, because I don't think I remember like shots from Season 1 specifically.
Being a samurai is a demon's path.
Why are they cutting together clips?
Death. Revenge does not hesitate.
True. I remember that fight.
And I will have it.
I must kill him.
Okay, this is all Season 1 stuff. Okay, I think.
It is time for me to begin
That's new.
my quest.
Or is that the end? That might be the final shot.
Hi, I'm Michael Green.
Oh my god, who are these
We're the
people?
co-creators of Blue-Eye Samurai.
This is Jane Wu.
Oh, it is Blue Eye Samurai. I thought it was Blue Eyed Samurai for some reason.
Executive producer on Blue Eye Samurai Season 2.
Mizu's journey remains the same. Revenge is her religion.
She believes that at least 2 of the men she's out to kill are going to be somewhere in this magical place called London. When we first see Mizu at the top of season 2, she's breaking in somewhere to kill someone. Something else you might notice in these images is that Mizu is holding her sword. That might tell you when this is happening. In season 2, we see the sword maker, we see Taigen, we see Ringo, we see Akemi.
There are also going to be maybe some people you thought died who maybe are still alive.
Really going to give them that?
No?
Part of second season is refining a live action philosophy. You have to get stunt people that knows what they're doing.
When we started Blue Eye Samurai, we had no idea if anyone would be interested in this, if anyone would think it's fun, if we would even be allowed to make it. So we want to say thank you to the fans for showing up.
This is a story that needs to be told, and animation happens to be a very good medium to tell the story. I can't wait to share what we have in store for Blue Eye Samurai Season 2. I promise you, you won't be disappointed.
Wow, coming 2027, right? Wait, how are we halfway through? Teaser?
Legend is what history doesn't record, but
Am
still remembers.
I don't know if this is new. Am I watching a season 1 trailer? Is that London? I don't remember this in the show. It's like Game of Thrones. Jesus. It is. It's literally like Game of Thrones. We just watching like a whole scene? Wow, thank you, Netflix. I mean, that looked cool. I'm trying to remember. Well, I remember I liked the show a lot. I don't quite remember the appeal of it. I think I liked the story. And like I vaguely remember liking the visuals somewhat, I think. I remember the character like faces didn't match up with the audio that well, or like the voice actors were like weird choices or something. I remember that. But I remember liking it. This has cool action stuff. I don't know. I'm sure it'll be good. Anyway. I've still got to watch season 1 Bacon. That is true. I don't know if Kyle will like the show. Well, there's one reason I think he'd like it, but yeah, there is one scene from season 2 at the end. True. I think we got that scene here. Cool. Starting production. That is interesting. How popular is this show? 50,000, 80,000, 80,000 votes, right? 95,000. Okay, it's even more popular than I thought. Cool. All right, next trailer. Arco, official teaser trailer in theaters November 14th. Is this anime or not? What is this? This looks cool. I like this. Is this like a famous director or something? Why does it look so good? Ugo Bienvenu. Oh, it's here. Hey, I'm definitely gonna watch this. I don't know what it is. I hope it's not a comedy. I like the rainbow character. That was kind of cool. Who is this director? Surely it's here somewhere. This is a terrible description, by the way. Oh, it only has 20,000 views. This? No. What have they made? Okay, I don't know a single thing. Well, we got to keep this in mind, okay, guys? Remind me to watch this because it looks sick. All right. Wait, did you spoil One Piece for yourself? In what way? How did I spoil One Piece for myself? I watched the live action, if that's what you mean. Heath is here dabbing. Heath, hello, Heath. Why is EliteAri always yapping about the appeal? Because that's like the primary reason you watch something, right? It's like the most important thing to talk about. Bro, who cares about watching this in theaters? Watch it when it comes to digital. Anyway, I don't know a single thing about that, but it looks sick. All right, now what? I don't add things to this anymore. I should find more. But I had a list of stuff, but it's all outdated because I haven't streamed in so long. And there's one thing I can't even do on stream. So Bacon put out this survey, which I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Bacon tweets a lot, right? Oh my god, look at this. My body is ready 1 hour ago. Is this it? Yes, we got this. And the problem is, I have to sign in to do it. And I can't sign in on stream because I don't have my account on this thing, so it's a shame. But go check that out, guys, if you're interested. What else was there? There's the W place thing I've been doing, but that's also old at this point. This, like, thing where you go on a map and you can, like, draw things, and it's, like, pretty cool. What can we recognize, guys? Look, it's Kirby. And the coolest thing I ever saw in this, like, whole thing was... I don't know how I'm going to find it. It was, like, this place which had, like, a bunch of takopis. I guess in Japan somewhere, right? There's, like, zero shot. It was, like, up here or something, right? Where does Takopi's original sin take place? Was it here? God, I'm so good. Look at this. Look at all the Takopis. How cool is that? Oh, my God. Anyway. Thoughts on Blind Wave? Do I have thoughts on Blind Wave? Let's see. What are they doing these days? I watched a... Did I watch a Blind Wave thing recently? Oh, yeah. I watched their reactions to Us and Nope. And something else. I think they had a reaction to something that I watched. What movies did I watch recently? Or maybe it was just Us and Nope. Oh, Barbarian. I watched their reaction to Barbarian as well. Anyway, well, I don't know what they're doing. They're doing nothing interesting. Nothing that interests me. This Superman movie reaction came out. Instantly, within one day, had 250,000 views, which is wild. This is, like, way more of a popular movie than I thought. Like, that's so many views that it makes me, like, think it's a little suspicious. But, I don't know. Maybe they just got really lucky and got a bunch of views on it. Thoughts on Destiny pedophilia confirmed? Yeah, I vaguely saw that on Twitter. I haven't looked into it at all, so I have no idea. So I guess we'll find out soon. Zoomed in on Arquid based. I don't know what that is. Is that the location it spawned me on initially? I have no idea. Did you come to a conclusion on the Kansas? Oh yeah, true. Okay, actually, that reminded me of the Mutaha thing. We have to watch his response from last stream. He like made a response, didn't he? But I know that's not what Heath is saying. What are all these trailers now? Badlands? That looks cool. What if Superman had Day of the Week title cards? Okay, Mutaha responds. And then the other thing was Blind Wave canceled some event. This was a bit silly, I think. So I saw this on Twitter. And I felt like I was so confused. Now, firstly, this doesn't affect me at all because I haven't gone to a WaveCon before. Not that I'd rule it out. You know, this is something that if it was like a thing that continued happening, there is a chance I'd probably just go to one of these one day. I didn't have an income when I was younger, like when the first WaveCon happened, but there was a chance I could have gone to the first one where I was actually considering it back then. Anyway. WaveCon update. After much so basically for context, for anyone who doesn't know Blind Wave is a reaction channel on YouTube. They're roughly at like 800 to 900,000 subs, something like that, like roughly near 1 million. And they have a very big community that probably is overrepresented compared to the number of views they get on YouTube. And every year, roughly, I think they have an event where they get a bunch of people in person from their community, and they take them around like a tour of the their like little facility where they record things, and they take people around, and you get to spend time with the crew of Blindwave basically, and all the friends of the Blindwave universe or whatever, which is pretty crazy considering how famous they are, but they do it. So they call that event WaveCon. So WaveCon apparently has now been moved to a digital format, is what this is saying. After much consideration and weighing all options, it's with real disappointment that we announced WaveCon 2026 will be transitioning to an exclusively digital format. This isn't the direction we had hoped for, and we know many of you were looking forward to gathering in person again. We were too. WaveCon has always been about the Wave Riders, and your safety is our top priority. With ongoing travel bans and rising political uncertainties, we've come to a difficult but necessary decision to keep things virtual. For many of our international Wave Riders, the risks have simply grown too high. We never want anyone in this community to feel unsafe or excluded because of where they're from. What to expect from WaveCon Line, I didn't even read that, 2026. WaveCon 2026 is going global, online, and all out. We're bringing the community straight to you from the comfort of your own chair. Blindwave.com, Discord, Twitch, YouTube, creator free accounts now, live content, community events, crew moments, and everything that makes WaveCon WaveCon. Reimagined at a global level. And here's the best part, you're helping us build it. Jump into the blindwave.com forums and tell us what you want to see. We're planning across time zones, and we want every Wave Rider to feel front row. Let's make WaveCon Line 2026 unforgettable. So this was weird because I'm like, wait, what? Like, why? As far as I understand, they're in. Well, I know this. They're in Ohio, Marietta, Ohio is I think what they say. And I'm like, did something happen there? Is something like really bad happen there? Like they don't. I don't even know. So I asked on Reddit. Actually, that was the post. I don't know why I just closed it. And I guess they like the takeaway I got is that it's just about like the Trump stuff. Which I guess I never realized it was actually that bad if you were like a everyday person. I figured it was more like a, like it impacts like a very small, like number of people, but I guess it has a larger impact than I knew. I said, anyone know the risks they're talking about? Seems like they're coming out of nowhere for me, but I'm not in the US. Maybe I'm just ill-informed. And then visitors of certain skin tone are getting scooped up for nothing, I assume. What the current regiment in the US is doing right now. You might want to watch the news once in a while. And I was like, oh, okay. So I guess it is about Trump, like, stuff. Interesting. I guess I don't have any comments beyond saying it kind of feels strange. But they live in the US. They know better than me, I guess. And what else was I going to say? Oh, it also kind of just feels like they just wanted to make it global, like digital, because it's like easier for them, and they probably would just come up with any excuse to do that. That's if I had to guess one thing, it's probably that. And then I think Miller, or maybe it was Heath, but I think it was Miller, made a good point, which is that WaveCon is like, it's an absurd idea for such a big channel. Like it made sense back in the day when they were really small and their community was like maybe thousands of people, but now it's literally hundreds of thousands of people. And it is like at first dangerous in terms of like inviting that many number of fans in like a place which is not very, obviously, it's way more personal of a connection than you would ever have with any creator, like meeting them at their house basically and like spending the whole weekend with them. It's like kind of crazy for that level of fame. So I kind of get like not wanting to do it anymore, but it's a strange reason, I guess, with at least my understanding of how bad things are in the US. So I don't know. Anyway. So my conclusion is that, basically, there you go. They're live streaming reactions now. I vaguely heard something about that in the subreddit as well. That I think they streamed a movie reaction, maybe to Superman or something. And then later they, like, only give it access to the people on Patreon or something. I don't know, I read something about it. Movie. I don't know. I know the normies, when they did their live reactions, it was terrible. I don't think I've ever seen a live reaction from the normies and be like, oh, thank God they recorded this live. So I don't know. But Blindwave, I feel like could be fine. Like I've watched full-length Blindwave reactions before, and I think it's been fine. Anyway. Oh my God, Blindwave South Park reaction is out. Okay. Superman is on HBO, I saw. Or that was something else. No, that was Sinners, I think. Bro Mutahar was so last week. That is true, but I want some conclusion on this, okay? I'm curious, is he an engineer or not, you know? The real reason is because WaveCon got to be awkward, as everyone would just be crowding around Eric trying to become his friend. Maybe. But also they did it like, I guess I don't know when the last one they did was, but I feel like they did one somewhat recently, and it was like, they were already famous at that point. Famous streamer? Who, me? Who's the actual famous streamer? It's not me. Do they even go to the studio? I thought they did WaveCon at the university last year. I'm like 90% sure they like still did a studio tour. But maybe that's like maybe that's just a few years old knowledge on my part. I'm not sure. But yeah. Oh, is Bacon here? Maybe. He was here, but he's probably gone now, you know. He's a busy guy. And it's probably night time for him? I'm not sure. Anyway. Did he not respond? I'm like 90% sure he did. I just want to hear what he said.
Hello, guys.
Now, how on earth am I going to find this? Is it Hey? 8 days ago? No, he took a big break, right? So 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 12 days, 11 days, 11 days, 10 days. So it's none of these. It must have been a while ago, right? It's been a wild week. Would it be that?
Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mudahar, and it's safe to say
I'm not watching a 32. I guess it's here, maybe. If that's what the timestamp is.
engineered.
Engineer. Oh my god. Wait.
Again, it's not just as simple as, hey, I felt nostalgic, now YouTube's treating me like a kid. And of course, no one is required to provide their ID to use YouTube, if our age estimation
I don't
market the
care.
entire world. YouTube's pretty much engineered, I would say, in their mind, it seems a pretty foolproof way of isolating kids.
Wait, is he just... Was that a jerk? Why did he say engineered?
From adults. Now, I use the E word over there, and I want to just
Oh.
start talking a little bit. I know there's been some drama, and I want to kind of address things here really quickly. So, obviously, I have been calling myself a engineer, in some cases a programmer, a cybersecurity engineer, whatever you can call it. And, you know, I apparently have also been a dropout, which I don't hide. Now, obviously, me being a dropout, I don't have a degree, so I'm not a certified or licensed engineer. Now, I made a lot of videos in the past where I've taught you guys about computer safety, cybersecurity, a lot of this stuff, and I think that content stands up on its own. And I believe it actually can be used, you know, and people have learned from it, and I think that's great. Now, if you feel offended, if you feel wronged that I called myself an engineer while not being a degree-holding engineer, then for that, I do apologize. And I will denigrate myself to, you know, I guess, programmer or a fat Indian guy that knows a bit about computers. That's what I'll leave it at. And that's pretty much all I have to say. Now, again, if you want to stick around, awesome. If you still feel wronged and this does not suffice for you, then I don't really give a fuck. Simple as that. Now, again, that being said, if anything else comes out of this, you know, whether there be some legal stuff, then I'll just let lawyers handle it, and we'll call it at that. With that being said, I want to move forward, and that's pretty much the engineered response that I had to give.
Huh,
That being said,
very
let's
funny.
look even further into what's going on.
All right, so look at that. So his conclusion, his response is that he studied something technical at uni and then dropped out, and he's sorry for overstating his qualifications, I guess. Fine. Look at this. Lovely. I'm satisfied. Okay. All right. It's the Hey one. Don't worry, I got there. He responded for 30 seconds at the start of a video about another topic. Well, I think we just found it. I think, never mind. I watched Orb recently, and I was constantly thinking, like, Bacon would probably like this because of all the overlapping themes of Vinland Saga. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Orb is something I want to watch. Like, it's very high on my list. Destiny coded response, just barely mention it because you know no one cares or has any morals. Okay, I mean, firstly, the Destiny thing's probably true. I mean, that response is, it wasn't really a big deal. The engineer thing. So I kind of get not really caring enough to respond that much about it. But yeah. Anyway, Takopi, look at all this. Where else are we gonna go? Let's go to Japan. Let's go to, like, Tokyo. I want to see... Wait, we need to find a character, okay? That'll be our goal. Jesus Christ. Oh. Steins Gate. JJK. Oh, I've been seeing a lot of these two on Twitter, which is Panty and Stocking, is my understanding. And all the fan art I see is, like, so cool. Like, the art style and stuff is really cool. I was gonna say I think I retweeted it, but I don't think I have retweeted any. But I was like, man, I should watch this show. It has, like, cool art and animation stuff. Then I looked it up on YouTube, and I was like, oh, let me watch a clip from this. And it was like, hey, it looked like a cartoon on, like, Cartoon Network or something. It looked, like, really bland and boring. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess the show is, like, nothing like the fan art. So I guess I almost watched this, basically, but it mainly, the fan art tricked me into thinking it looked better than it did, I guess. But, yeah. What else is there? That's Mewtwo, right? Or Mew or something? I think Mewtwo looks slightly different. Anyway. Remember when I cared about this Reddit shit a decade ago? Reddit shit? What's the Reddit shit? Either Miller is talking about when he started making comments on Reddit, like in response to Jake or something, which I don't remember if he did. I think it was more like YouTube comments. Or he's talking about this, like when the place thing was like a Reddit thing, I guess. Oh no, Miller loves Panty and Stocking. Is that true? That's interesting. Pantheon stocking uses a lot of style changes, I believe. So it's like eclectic, I guess. Like, I don't even know, like Madoka Magic or something. The tourists are finding Pantheon stocking. Yeah, I guess. I looked into it a bit because it's like, what is this show? Why am I seeing it everywhere? And it's by the is it by Gainax or something? Like the big studio? What is this? Why is there so many hearts here? Who is this? Is this one of the horse girls from the game? Isn't Heath like a horse girl expert? Is this the horse girl, Heath? Why does she have ears like a horse? Why are there so many hearts? Yes, is Mr. Gems? Okay, cool, cool. It changes to a more anime style when they do transformation sequence. Okay. I guess that makes sense. But I feel like that's probably not going to be that often, so I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it one day. We'll see. Oh, we got Gon and Killua and Squidward. Why are there two Gons? I don't know. Lovely. Oh, that's Grass Wonder. Grass Wonder. What is that? Oh, is that the one that died? Didn't one die recently? That was a funny thing. I mean, I get it. It's like, oh, the horse died, so the anime girl, everyone does fan art of the anime girl dying. I don't know. Funny Ari looking at this and not knowing the Deltarune characters. It's a game, right? Deltarune characters. I don't know any of these. I don't think I know a single character. I'm not seeing anything here that I recognize. Oh, you know what I have been seeing a lot of? Silk Song, which as far as I understand is a Hollow Knight something. Which this year I am going to play Hollow Knight. Maybe soon, we'll see. But I've been seeing a bunch of fan art of this thing, and it's like so cool. I don't know the first thing about this game, but it looks really, really cool. Just art style wise. The real horse died recently. Yeah, that's what I heard. It was, yeah. You know, I'm sure that's sad if you're big into sports or something. Or care about horses. Where's Sydney? Oh, wow. Rage. Cool. Anyway, that's that. What else have I got? So that was that. Bacon's Vinland survey we can't do on stream. GPT-5 came out, but that was a while ago. I don't know if there's really anything to talk about that. Oh, I'll probably use GPT-5 to improve the website. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it, like programming-wise. How's the website doing these days? Remember when we spun The Gentleman back in like February and then I didn't watch it yet? Sorry, we're getting there. We're getting there. I can probably take a few of these off now that I've seen some stuff. Anyway, website. What else is there? That's all I have on my list of stuff to talk about. So now we just got to find stuff. Also, I do have to leave at 8 o'clock on the dot because I said I'm going to play games with my friends. Ari be like, been seeing a lot of fan art of this Goku guy lately. Not sure what it's about. Might check it out. Hey, if something has cool fan art, like, I'm obviously going to check it out. That's initially, I don't know if it was fan art, but I know Chisato's design is initially the first thing I knew about Licorice Recoil. Where I was like, man, this is like a cool design. Like the bright, I don't even know what you call it. It's mainly the color is really the main thing. Like the, whatever color this hair is and how bright it makes like the whole show look. That was like the first thing I ever heard about Licorice Recoil, which is obviously one of my favorite anime now. But yeah. Political meta update. Why is this here? God, when's this Madoka movie coming out? Everything I see about this movie looks like fantastic. What was that? Is there a single ugly frame in Snow White?
Finding random frames in Snow White until it's ugly. You know what that means? If we land on a close-up of a dwarf, we lose. 1, 2, 3. That's an absolutely
That looks terrible.
gorgeous shot. And I will say, I watched this movie last night, and no, I did not like it, but I do think that it has some really pretty shots in it, including this one. This is a gorgeous shot. Now you might look at the shot and be like, hey, Kevin, it's
That, I mean, this does not look good to me, but okay.
just a bunch of CGI. What's the big deal? Well, you're partly right. All of this back here is CGI. This is probably
Is this a meme?
big blue screen back here that they set up behind an actual set, which is this part right here. This part is more than likely an actual set that they are standing on, and that is something key that you see in a lot of movies. Is
Well, who cares if it's an actual set on it? It just doesn't look good, right?
to augment the CGI with some practicality that the actors can interact with, just to give it a little bit more realism. If everything in the shot was CGI, if this was also CGI, yeah, it would look weird. It would look unnatural and uncanny and wouldn't look quite right.
This definitely looks uncanny. This is interesting. What's this channel? Small channel. I guess a film analysis or something. Oh, it's like a series they do.
but that's not what's going on.
Show me the
They're
next
also
shot.
Probably using something like a soft sun from behind to just make color of the film of happiness. Whereas if we're making a little bit further into the film, right here, we
This
can
one looks cool.
see that these colors are a lot more muted. They aren't as saturated, and there is more distinction between the colors.
All right, what's the ugly shot we get at the end?
Just on them.
I guess this. All right, well, what an interesting gimmick. How many views did that get, I wonder? Sure, okay, I'm not going to look.
In Snow White until
I hope this got 20,000 views. That's what I want to see. 2,000. Okay, damn. 72,000. Okay, very small channel. How do they have, okay, I'm predicting, okay? If they only have 12,000 subscribers, sorry, they have 12,000 subscribers, which is a lot, but they don't get many views on their videos. They must have really successful shorts, or they have a really, really old channel. So 4 years, no, I'm assuming that we're going to click on shorts and it's going to be like some with like millions of views or something, right? Okay, no, so I'm just wrong. Maybe this one, 290,000. That's interesting. Wonder how they have so many subs. At least Chibi Reviews is honest about his gooning habits. About that? About what? What context did this come up? What was I even talking about? What did I just watch that was related to that? Only a few more weeks until we find out if Blind Wave drops One Piece. True. Are they getting good views? That's probably what's going to determine it, right? Is this Fern from Freerun? All right. What now, guys? I guess I'll look at the YouTube links and see if there's anything interesting. So last time there was a bunch of Muraha stuff that is now old news. We have a Chainsaw Man Part 2 video, which is probably going to be terrible. We have, what is this? Another trailer from Heath? We got a Totally Not Mark video. Okay.
Hey, so...
Okay. We got a Chud Logic video, apparently. And that's it, I guess. So, what are these? Let's see. I fell off Chainsaw Man Part 2. This is why. I'm going to watch like a minute of this and get too triggered and not watch it. Angel's Egg, 4K. I guess we can... Let's start with the trailer. Firstly, I've heard the name Angel's Egg. I don't know what it is, though, but... That was like an old anime. Why do people care about theaters? Actually, I take that back. Sometimes it is cool to watch something in a theater, though. This is kind of scary. You can tell it's old because the subs are yellow. I like the soundtrack. It's like very Harry Potter. Okay, I take that back. It's not very Harry Potter at all. With a director approved. Okay. Thank God the director approved. Is this like a Berserk thing? The Egg of the King or whatever? Oh, and it's a bird? And that's like the staircase to go down to the where Griffith was tortured. And this character kind of looks like Griffith. And Griffith's a bird, and they were talking about a bird being born in an egg. And he comes from an egg, the Egg of the King or whatever. And that kind of looks like Guts. And there's a sea monster, and that's like in the sea right now. November 19. Is that like an anime by Mura or something? I don't know. Interesting. For those wondering about the remaster process, AI upscaling is not needed. Okay, true. Aye. Thank God they're not using AI to upscale this, right? The human upscaling would be much better. You can tell it's good because the subs are yellow. True. Wait, did you make that joke before I did, or I don't know. All right. I'm predicting that they'll put it on hold so Eric can watch the live action first. Yeah, that's probably true. It's just kind of funny. Being seeing a lot of fan art of this Angel's Egg thing lately. Not sure what it's about. Might check it out. Yeah, this looks really cool. I mean, the coolest... I know Miller's probably trolling there, but the coolest thing about this is the music. Yeah. Old anime has, like, really cool music. Berserk had cool music, too. You can tell it's good because the subs are yellow. True. Okay, Heath, I'll watch Angel's Egg. I know another old show with yellow subs, Kyle. Evangelion? I don't know. I forgot the name. Perhaps you remember. No, it's a Bible thing, not a Berserk thing. How is that a Bible thing? What does the Bible have to do with this? It's funny that they're just trying to emulate being old since these are new subs. That's very funny. Why are old subs yellow? Why is that a thing? You're embarrassing yourself. Me? Baylid hadn't even been activated when this came out. So you're saying, wait, you're saying Mira copied this? Is that what you're saying right now? That's kind of crazy. What show, Mr. Gems? Gren Lagann. Oh, Gren Lagann. That show isn't old. Yeah, that's not old. It's like 2006 or something, right? Older than you. Angel's Egg has the greatest aesthetic of anything ever. It is a cool aesthetic. I do like it. It is just giving very, like, Berserk 97 aesthetic, though. When did this come out? Angel's Egg. I don't know a single thing about this. 1985? When did Gunbuster come out? That's my oldest anime I've ever seen. 1988? Oh my god. If I watch this would be the oldest thing I've ever seen. When did Akira come out? Because that looked similar to this. But that was a boring movie. We don't want to watch that movie. 1988? Oh my god. I guess, because all these in my mind, not all of them, but this, Berserk, and whatever, Angel's Egg, they're all like similar things in my mind. Like aesthetic-wise. Lies, no. To contrast against the CRT screens, probably. I guess. I don't know. Better aesthetic than E-Girl? I mean, if a girl dressed up in, like, this kind of, what do you even call it? It's like gothic aesthetic or something? I think it'd be cool. I don't know. Good one, Mill. I'm surprised Miller remembered that. That's I left an impression on him. This is lovely. Good one, Mill the Killer. Good one. Okay, fine. Watch Legend of the Galactic Heroes instead. You know, I watched the first 2 episodes of that show, I think. Or maybe the first episode. And then I realized that the show that everyone likes is, like, the old version. And I watched, like, the remastered or remade version or something. No, I don't want this. Show me the anime. When's the new one? I watched some recent one. It wasn't 92, I can tell you that. 2000? Recent anime. This is, yeah, this one, was it? What year is this? I don't know what it was. I remember thinking it was, like, pretty good. Ow. Also, I did get a new mic, by the way, and I tested it out, and it, like, sounds better than this one, but I wanted to put it, like, away, so it wouldn't be, like, covering my face like this one, but I couldn't. So I'm back on this one. So, isn't the Dragon Ball anime 1986, or is that just the manga? There's no way that anime is 1986. But it is also possible. Or is it 1986? There we go. I hate space. The NE1 is like... Whatever you say, Mr. Gems. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Alright. Totally not Mark. I need to stop. Is he going to stop making anime videos because of copyright? Let's see.
I'm going to cut to the chase with you guys. I'm starting to really dislike the videos I'm making, and behind that feeling is a little more than your typical YouTuber burnout. You see, currently I'm facing a career crossroads. One path is an extremely scary and exciting situation, while the other pretty much sees the end of the channel here and now.
I feel like I've seen this. Did, like, Kyle watch this on stream or something?
This might seem a bit out of the blue, so let's back up. I've been a YouTuber for roughly 10 years now, and growing up, the creators I'd admired most were the ones who pushed the boundaries of their respective niches. People who had the guts to actually turn down the safe option and take that one big risk, even if it meant failing. But somewhere along the way, I stopped being that kind of creator. I started playing it safe. I mean, who really needs 6 Dragon Ball tier list videos over a span of 3 months? I certainly don't. Now, I don't dislike them because they're bad. I dislike them because they're too comfortable. They're safe. And the depressing part is, I know exactly why I've been making safe, boring content like this. Now, I've not spoken about this publicly, but ever since that copyright battle with Toei years ago,
Oh, it is a copyright
I
thing.
started having panic attacks. And not because of the attention or support, I was beyond grateful for that, but rather because it forced me to confront the fragility of this job. Which, okay, that might seem obvious to pretty much everyone, but it's one thing to know a YouTube career is unstable, and another thing entirely to wake up to 150 copyright claims and realize your livelihood could be taken away in an instant. I'd just drawn down a mortgage, started a family, and for the first time, this dream job I'd built over so many years felt like it was out of my control entirely. So I went to therapy, learned techniques to manage the panic attacks, and decided that playing it safe was the only way to make this job feel stable again. I'd laid the groundwork to prevent the majority of any copyright trouble happening again. I hired extra hands, and I stuck to content that felt like easy crowd pleasers. And hey, for a while, that worked. But as any seasoned fan of Full Metal Alchemist would tell you, you cannot gain anything without first giving something in return. And what I gave up was my passion for this job. While I managed to make a great number of videos I've been immensely proud of, ones that have had immense time and energy invested in them, I think a large majority outside of those were either lacking the intended scope or were just kind of unambitious. Now, don't get me wrong, I have loved the stories I've covered, but since that debacle, my
I'm curious where this is going, because why would you make this video? What's the point? Just like, if you're gonna change your style, just like change it. I guess he's like preparing his audience or something. Or maybe his, I have no idea.
Priorities have shifted from making the videos I wanted to making the videos that could be created within a 1-week window. In other words, safe videos. And that continued for
You know what this reminds me of? And I'm sorry to throw under the bus like this, Kyle. This is like Kyle when he's like at the beginning of his Attack on Titan video, giving like a preamble to the audience about like why he had like why this was going to be the third part, but it's actually the second part, and like everyone listening, like I don't think anyone really cared, but he just like put it at the beginning of his video. It's like, why are you making this? I don't think your audience really cares, but maybe they
a very
do.
long time. I worked too much, couldn't relax, and every week was a scramble, which impacted not just me, but my team who had to contend with that same intense workflow alongside working with someone drowning in perpetual exhaustion fueled by fear until, inevitably, I hit a wall. July.
Wait, what did the big message say? Genuine. Wait, what are the dates for these? So 2024, 25, 25, 25, 23. So this is the first one, July. Well, it could be backwards, right? Okay, so I guess this is July 2023. And then we go like a year and a half later and we get a message. And then here. Okay. So he's really spanning a long time to reaching way back to get these messages. Genuinely sorry that every other day I am in the mood. I've spoken to both of ye independently and together over the last few weeks and months concerning how I'm feeling. There's no other way to describe than depression at this point. It's a feeling I genuinely haven't been able to fully shake since the copyright debacle in this. That was 2021? I don't believe this. One Piece. Toei animation. That's not 2021.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, I guess, wow. All right, I guess it was the end of 2021. Interesting.
Inevitably, I hit a wall.
Anyway, let me read the chat here. Poor Mark. Pray for Mark. By the way, his name isn't Mark. Literally no identity. That's very funny. This is a great video. I want to make videos like this. Yeah, true. Kyle would like to make videos like this. One depressed Discord message per year is normal amount. Yeah, I was thinking like, it's not that crazy. I don't know, but you know, people have their own feelings. I don't doubt that he was depressed, and depression is terrible. Only 5 more years, and you can make a video like this, Kyle. True.
July 20th, 2025. On that day, I found myself in a headspace where I just couldn't put anything to paper. And this spiraled into...
Wait, what was that? July what?
Myself
in July 10th?
Space where I just couldn't put anything to paper. And this spiraled into my fear until, inevitably, I hit a wall.
Oh, 20th. So 10 days after his 2-year anniversary of this depressing message about his depression.
Paper. And this spiraled into intense worries about staying on schedule, which eventually devolved further into a full-blown panic attack again. And the craziest part is, in the middle of all of that, I just felt immense guilt. I am very aware that I'm fortunate to be in this line of work. So what kind of person has a meltdown with this sort of life? Now, I know that's not really a reasonable thing to think about, which is why I'm now forcing myself to make that difficult choice. Either step back from YouTube, maybe for good, or change everything. As you know, I've been working on a huge Gravity Falls video for weeks and weeks, months even. It was a project with absolutely nothing to do with my usual anime and...
I'm curious. What type of numbers are we seeing for the Totally Not Mark channel? Oops. Like, is he getting like 4 million views a month, or is it like way less? Oh, Jesus. I'm just spot on. He gives that vibe. He gives like a 4 million per month vibe, you know? A big slowdown in subs. It's kind of interesting. And views. Does he have a Patreon? $2,000 members. 700 paid members. $700 times 5. No, not 52. 5. So 3,000 a month. 42,000. Okay, I see it. Okay. I was thinking, like, why doesn't he? Has he not earned enough money already that he could just retire? But I guess not. Maybe not.
Manga fair, but one I was immensely passionate about and loved making, most importantly. You've seen me do these sorts of videos before. They're often swerves I take just to keep me sane. But here's the thing. When that video released, it too came with an overwhelming amount of positive feedback from all of you. It's literally the...
What video?
Change everything. As you know, I've been working on a huge Gravity Falls video for weeks and weeks, months even. It was a project with absolutely nothing to do with my usual anime and manga fare, but one I was immensely...
Still about a cartoon. It's not that far away. Interesting. Okay, this is an interesting development. I thought it was gonna like drastically change, or like maybe he'd like make his own anime or something, like something crazy. What is it?
Passionate about and loved making, most importantly. You've seen me do these sorts of videos before. They're often swerves I take just to keep me sane. But here's the thing. When that video released, it too came with an overwhelming amount of positive feedback from all of you. It's literally the biggest video I've made this year. And the thing is, this almost always happens when I release videos like that. The Evangelion video, the gaming video, the animation video, the Attack on Titan video, the Berserk video.
Yeah, Attack on Titan video.
Projects with so much love poured into them that seem to resonate so much more with you guys than all that other stuff. Now, I'm not a big...
Bro, this is me and Mushoku Tensei. Whenever I upload a Mushoku Tensei video, it's at least 20,000 views.
Believer in science, but the fact that I released that right in the middle of this creative spiral breakdown was exactly the wake-up call I desperately needed. And so, starting today, I'm finally making that jump. For years, I've had ambitious projects sitting on the shelf because I couldn't find the time or mental space to bring them into reality. Projects that are, by far, the most ambitious videos I've ever attempted. And let me be clear, this isn't an announcement that I'm abandoning anime as a focal point of the channel. Far from it. In fact, if I can toot my own horn for just a second here, I think one of these projects I have on the shelf is unlike anything that anyone in this anime space has ever attempted. We're talking about reviews where I am taking myself around the world, or art videos on levels I never even dreamed of accomplishing.
It's kind of cool, going around the world. That was a cool shot. I don't know what this is, but it's a cool idea.
Taking myself around the world, or art videos on levels I never even dreamed of accomplishing. I cannot put into words how exciting and invigorating it is to have the freedom to make this stuff finally happen, even if it is a massive risk. So, what does this all mean? It means I'm stepping away from smaller weekly videos and instead focusing on large-scale content. The sort of ambitious projects I started this channel to make. However, this does not mean my channel will be inactive. In fact, there will be a daily upload of what I know has been requested for a very long time, a continuation of the mangas I've made popular series about. Through YouTube Shorts, I'll now be dropping daily reviews of One Piece chapters until I'm all caught up. And in fact, a good few of them have already been posted, so go check those out if you're interested. My hope is that this will create a space where you and I can interact with one another as we read along in real time, week to week. And if One Piece isn't your thing, we'll be adding Jujutsu Kaisen's Culling Games, Monster, Villain Saga, and so much more into the rotation weekly. But of course, you guys will want to know what sort of projects I'm working on specifically in the background, and part of this community-first vibe informs how we'll be approaching Patreon. So far, we've offered wallpapers from our thumbnails and access to videos the moment they're finished, but now, with this new creative direction and so much more happening behind the scenes, you'll be able to support that and gain access to even more than is already there. Alongside a weekly update, all of you can check out whenever you want to see how these larger projects are proceeding. Paid members can grab early previews of those videos, behind-the-scenes clips, and merch discounts. We're also looking to do creator commentaries on older videos I've made with special guest commentary from other people in the community that will be both entertaining as well as helpful for any of you interested in understanding what it takes to make YouTube videos like ours. Of course, also, one of the easiest ways to support our endeavors is to show equal support to our wonderful sponsors. ExpressVPN are our partners today, and I don't think could have asked for a more perfect service to offer you guys 4 months free access too. You've no doubt seen the headlines about the Online Safety Act in the UK.
Okay, great.
For the first time in years,
Alright. So I guess this is half... I was like, why was he making this? But I guess it's like to announce the Patreon thing. Because I feel like, yeah. I mean, I'm interested. You know, if he makes ambitious projects, good for him. But I mean, you could just like Gravity Falls is not that much of a deviation from like the other stuff. I don't know, but interesting. Totally not Mark. We love him. You know, he gets all twisted into knots about his channel, which we love. It's very relatable, you know. Everyone's depressed, little bro. You ain't special, says Kyle. So true, says Mr. Gems. Gravity Falls is completely different from anime. Absolutely no crossover at all in the style of videos you made. True. I recently saw a video about SAO, which is Sword Art Online, right? Pop off by some no-name creator, and the entire time I was imagining Miller saying, I love listening to someone recounting the story. That is true. This video is just patting himself on the back for how good his videos are. He's only talking about like 1 or 2 Dragon Ball videos a year. He doesn't like, I guess. It's a funny video. I don't know. Where are these shorts? Not the post. Gee, oh, what is this? What should I blind review next? Dun dun dun. God damn it. Bro loves his One Piece.
Let me inform you of what the entire anime community on Twitter has been yelling about for the past week. Sailor Moon's colors. To make a very long story short, Sailor Moon's home release colors have been messed up for a while now, due to the same film aging issues at play.
Okay, which one do we like better? I think I like the top one better.
Like many of the
because like the hair looks green in that. Oh, but I like the bottom one better for this one.
other anime of the era, like Dragon Ball Z,
I like the top one better for this one.
that I've spoken on extensively. But for some reason, when a recent fan project took to restoring the series to its original colors, a huge chunk of the internet decided that that was evil and wrong, that they loved the super pink hues of Sailor Moon, that was what made the series. Except, okay, here's the problem. The original TV airings and DVD releases of Sailor Moon had the original true colors. These pink tones only came relatively recently with more modern releases. And for those of you wondering, no, the pinkness is absolutely 100% not the intended colors. There's about 3 bajillion animation cells you can find online and around the world to let you know just that. Let me...
Wow. Thank you, Mark. I feel educated now. What else does he do?
There might actually... Let me inform you of what the
Why is it
entire
frozen?
anime community on Twitter... Let me inform you of
Wait,
what
I
the
didn't click
entire
this.
anime...
No, I want to see why TV's
Let me
bad.
inform you...
How's it going to defend this one?
There might actually be a very good reason for why that kid might prefer the old CRT. And no, it's
Why?
not because retro is cool, it's because CRTs actually have objective advantages over our modern televisions. That this kid can...
Let's think. What are the advantages? CRT. I don't know enough about the technology. I guess it's like... Maybe the contrast is higher or something. I have no idea.
They have basically 0 latency. You see,
Oh,
when
okay.
your modern TV receives a signal from your console or your cable box or whatever, it does a lot of internal processing to display that image on its millions of LEDs. Those things literally have powerful computers in them making this all happen, and that processing takes time. So when you press the button to make your character jump, there are additional milliseconds between you pressing it and you seeing the character jump on screen due
Oh my
to
god. This is ChatGPT. Is this true? What has a lower latency? A CRT TV? Or a modern, I don't know, OLED TV? A CRT? Oh my god. That's crazy. Anyway. The video of him traveling to Vinland was Vinland, I think. Legit, only change he's doing the whole series is 1 video instead of a video per arc. Well, if he travels to places, that's kind of cool. I miss Mark acting out shorts and not writing them about topics he has no interest in. Yeah, that's true. We love when anime AJ writes the scripts, okay? Yeah, the baby is noticing the lack of input lag when playing Super Mario Bros. True. It is true. I'm sure that's what they're
that processing. But CRTs, it's not really the case. They're straight analog. Cathode ray tubes that take the signal and spit it back out on their fancy gas-based displays the moment they receive it. So there could very well be a reason why that kid prefers playing Mario better on that television. He is potentially a person of exquisite latency taste. There might...
I doubt it. I don't think the kid has a preference. I think this caption is a lie, and he's just using what's available to him. And also, this content is far more branched out than a Gravity Falls thing. And you know what? He got more views as well. You know, 255,000 likes on this video alone. So maybe he should continue doing tech review stuff. Interesting. Whoa, I didn't even recognize him.
Well, someone...
Let me...
Oh, we're done. Okay, no more shorts. Wait, what do the comments say? Are they all supportive, or are they saying, why'd you make this video, bro? Remember what Toriyama... Okay, I don't care what Toriyama taught us. Hey, man, your Gravity Falls video was absolutely immaculate. Okay, great. We need to scroll down a bit to get the real comments, okay? The most important thing is that you don't burn yourself out. True. When your hobby becomes a job. True. Lovely. So they're all supportive. We love that. Assault by New. I'm all for it. I've been having a lot of panic this year or something. You can't hide behind VPNs forever. Damn. Oh, we got someone sad. Phew, had me scared, brother. True. Alright. Well, he fired the guy who wrote all these shorts. That's so sad, yeah. I can't believe that. That was on, like, Twitter, right? There was some drama about that. So what is this? Chibi Reviews had his... What is that? Cherries removed? Possibly based... I don't... I'm not watching that. I fell off Chainsaw Man Part 2. This is why. Alright, let's see. Chainsaw Man, spoilers, guys. Spoilers for Part 2 of the manga. Warning, warning.
I fell off Chainsaw Man, but it's probably not.
Let's see. Why is it... Why? Let's predict. Because it's either going to be nothing ever happens, or it's going to be too much happens. Or... What's like, let's be charitable. What's like the most, what do people not like about it? Okay. Most likely, nothing happens. The progression is bad or something. Number 2 is too much happens. It's hard to like keep track of. And number 3 is like, it's become a parody of itself. Okay, let's see.
For the reason that you think. For this to make sense, I need to give you a bit of context, a bit of history. I have been a big fan of Tatsuki Fujimoto and his works for quite some time now.
I don't like this guy's microphone, like gain, or not gain, whatever it is, like the equalizing or the, I don't know what you call it. I don't like it.
Remember the first time I read Fire Punch, a relatively short story in comparison to a lot of others, but really different. It's an experience that definitely throws you off. If you've never read anything by Fujimoto, or you're not mentally prepared for what the story is about to give you, it's quite a lot. But it shows a very early side of Fujimoto, how he likes to present his ideas and his characters, how he likes to process the story, its evaluation overall, but its pacing as well. Fire Punch for me is raw and rough. It's a very early Fujimoto coming to understand his own style and presentation. And while I think it is a magnificent read, which offers a lot of differences to a lot of other contemporary works, it might not be for everybody. From its characters, to its action, to its pacing, to its controversial ending. Fire Punch would not find critical, massive, global...
Was the ending controversial?
...success for many years after it's finished. While it is popular now, back then it didn't reach that same global appreciation. Chainsaw Man is where things would change, and I fell in love with that story. Chainsaw Man, for me, as a weekly reading experience and someone that enjoys weekly stories, hits different. Short, to the point, but very well crafted and handled. That too felt different. It felt like Fujimoto in his prime. Like he found his footing, he found his beat, he drummed everything.
But not yet. Is he going to say, but then he hit his actual prime when he was making one-shots?
Up exactly the way that he wanted to. Chainsaw Man has a lot of variety to offer. It's bombastic ideas mixed with a very enticing weekly pacing and very beautiful characters. There's so much symbolism and thematic flair that just breathes life into this story, into these characters, into this world, where you can just fall in love so much with Chainsaw Man. Whether you're just reading it for the entertainment that it provides weekly, or the deep dives, the super analytical, the over-the-top exaggerated theories that you can come up with, wherever you sit, you will have fun. Now, before Chainsaw Man Part 2 came around, Fujimoto dabbled in a couple of
What is a history thing? Oh
and these, I think, are some of his best works. Self-contained short stories that present a singular idea that starts and finishes. It isn't anything new for him, but I think this is where he finds his creative side, where he writes weirdly and off-angled, unorthodox ideas mixed with unorthodox pacing, mixed with unorthodox characters. And it's not to say that it's revolutionary or never been done before, this or that, but you can tell it's different for Fujimoto. The way he handles short stories is kind of how he handles his massive stories, just scaled down and reduced to a singular moment. I think there's a lot of finesse in those short stories, from his older ones prior Fire Punch to where they are currently. He has range as an author. It's not easy to go from...
I think I've been clickbaited, guys. And I think it's a good clickbait, you know? Like, this is going to be an overview of Fujimoto or something,
weekly story
right?
like Fire Punch to a weekly story like Chainsaw Man in the biggest manga magazine on the earth. Then going to Chainsaw Man Part 2 where the pacing has changed and he's jumped magazines again, to the one-shots that are self-contained and done at whatever pacing he wants them to be. This is all to say that I love what he does and I appreciate his works, and I have for many, many years. I think I've talked about a majority of them, but I've spent obviously the most time with Chainsaw Man, creating videos on it every single week, basically since the beginning. This would all eventually lead to the issue, the reason I fell off it. Chainsaw Man Part 2. I was excited for this story, and reading it at the beginning was amazing. A whole new approach to the Chainsaw Man story with a whole new character, Asa Mitaka, and a horseman of the apocalypse known as War. I've come to really love Asa. I think she is a phenomenal main character. I've come to really love Yoru, the War Devil, and how she interacts with Asa and Denji, and her attitude within the story. It's intoxicating and bratty. It's fun and provides a sense of tonal whiplash when needed. The thing with Chainsaw Man Part 2 is that conceptually it doesn't really feel complete, and I've only really noticed that the more the story has gone on. It doesn't feel like a story Fujimoto inherently wants to tell, more like it's loose ideas wrapping around the Chainsaw Man core, which isn't inherently bad. He's obviously found a way to continue to tell a story wrapping the Chainsaw Man experience on top, but it feels loosely fitted. Almost like you could take away Chainsaw Man Part 2 and keep Part 1, and that is still a full-fledged meal. Chainsaw Man Part 2 feels like a very long-lasting snack. While it has a endless plethora of brilliance and moments of appreciation they absolutely adore, something just feels off. And the more that I've experienced the story, the more that I've talked about it every single week, or at least tried to, the more I realize that maybe Fujimoto is kind of done with the weekly experience. Fujimoto is by no means an amateur. He's a very talented individual, and that's not just me glazing him. If anyone would know how to pace their story and where it is and isn't going wrong in terms of pacing, it would be Fujimoto. Chainsaw Man Part 2 has a pacing problem, and it is, at least for me, directly affecting how I experience the story. He's not writing this like Chainsaw Man Part 1. He's not writing this like a weekly story. He's writing this like a bi-weekly story, or even a volume-to-volume story, which is very different. The thing is, it hasn't always been like this. When he does get into a flow, you can see that the weekly schedule kind of molds nicely to that progression, but then there's a lot more downtime that feels so incredibly small, very incremental to how far you actually step in progression. So let's just say if a regular weekly story, Chainsaw Man Part 1 for example, each chapter felt like one big step every single week, a lot of Chainsaw Man Part 2 feels like a very small shuffle, almost like a tiptoe, where you need 2 chapters, maybe even 3 chapters to actually go the exact same distance. I think he does this on purpose. And your first question would be, why? Why would he not just write
Why would he do that? So nothing ever happens, guys. He goes too slowly. Interesting. Characters going in circles. True, nothing ever happens. Fire Punch and Part 2 have the exact same problems, by the way. Maybe. Fire Punch is way better than Midsoul Man. That was a good one. Very funny. Fujimoto was special because his short stories are about a single focused thing. Is that not every short story? That is true. Yep. What are the odds? Today I actually looked back at Goodbye Eri. I was trying to make a, because I obviously tied the 2 titles there. I was trying to think like a Chainsaw Man, what I could think of it, but I did look back at it. It's really good. And then I looked up a reaction. I was like, Goodbye Eri reaction, and none of them were good. I looked at this person. I think this was like a film or something. I didn't click it, but I was like, this is interesting. I don't know. Anyway, Naruto, a massive review. That's gonna be me in a few months. What is this?
Stephen Strange. Might I offer you some advice? Forget everything that you think you know.
You're a man looking...
Boring.
Hello everybody, Ellie here for Who Culture. How are we all doing? I wanted to talk to you today with a bit of a roundup of a few tidbits, some TARDIS tidbits if you like, the OGs will remember that have been floating around over the last few days, over the last week in the world of Doctor Who. There will be timestamps in the description down below, so if you want to jump between the different tidbits, then feel free to do that. So let's start with the one that Sean and I have been inundated with messages about, which is the TARDIS. Soon? Now, the main thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm sure many of you have seen things floating around on social media about this, but it seems that we have confirmation of the original ending for Season 2. Just to summarise, basically there was some leaked information, a bit of a leaked summary surrounding the ending of Season 2 around the time that we obviously got a different ending. This ending would have seen all of the unit gang, the Doctor, Belinda, Ruby, all kind of having a party, and then it would have ended with Susan with Baby Poppy watching from the sidelines, which was then going to be kind of the cliffhanger for the ending of that episode.
Shortly before Saturday's finale, Daniel Richman, I feel like I know this name, wrote the original ending of Doctor Who Season 2 was the Doctor, Ruby, and Belinda all having a big party. Everyone's dancing, the Vlinks is a DJ. I think I saw this, right? Why do I know this person? Oh, it's like a Marvel leaker? Did we talk about this person on stream? Was this like a thing? He's got an almost perfect strike rate on trailer release dates. He's been very hit or miss, but mostly miss. What's the truth here? Oh my god. There was like some site, some subreddit that had like a rating for like leakers, right? Was it this one? Wait, was that him? Daniel, whatever? Oh, it is. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, tier 2. Approved and mostly reliable. This tier should be considered the mean. That is to say, most sources, scoopers, leakers will fall into this tier. You can expect that these sources will have reliable information, but they may also be wrong and have an acceptable amount of inaccuracy. Daniel tends to be highly accurate in relation to casting and promotional leaks and has proven connections. However, he is also observed to have less discretion filter when he with what he shares, I guess. In his private Discord, he has a rumors channel, not intended to be represented as scoops. This channel is frequently sourced by aggregators and Twitter accounts, which tends to indirectly contribute questions about his reliability. Okay, interesting. So, the original ending of Doctor Who, they're all having a big party. How exciting, okay. Anyway. '25 tier list. I'll do a summer 2025 tier list. True. Is there one? Oh yeah, Heath did one, right? What's Heath's? Yeah, this. What have I seen? I've seen Takopi. Witch Watch. And that's it. So Takopi, good. Witch Watch, bad. So I know it's not bad. It's just kind of boring. But it's also good sometimes. But yeah. Crazy. Not even Tiabu's reaction. I feel like I watched that, I watched that before. And I think I even talked about it on stream. And I think he, like, went into some monologue about something. And it was really weird. I don't know. What does he do these days? Does he... Actually, never mind. What does he do? 11 months ago. Okay, he's an actual just reaction channel. Makes sense. Demon Slayer. Let's check in on, like... What are the most viewed reaction videos these days on these channels? John Wick, One Punch Man, Rick and Morty, DBZA, Mandalorian. Okay, okay. Avatar, Walking Dead, Attack on Titan, Legend of Korra, Game of Thrones. Okay, okay. What's the other one? Your boy Roshi. Okay. I guess meme videos. Demon Slayer, Invincible. It is interesting how different these channels are, like in terms of what gets the most views. What's another one? RTTV, right? What was that? Oh. Dun, dun, dun. Bahubali. I think it's the one with that music video I watched once. I don't know what this is. Attack on Titan, One Punch Man, Ong Bak 2 slave fight scene, Demon Slayer. It's kind of surprising how high Demon Slayer is for all these. Didn't know it was that popular. I mean, I guess I knew it was popular. Didn't know it was that reaction popular. He disappeared for a while, but I guess he's back now. Tiabu? Interesting. George R.R. Martin. I saw a TikTok the other day where someone said he's going to die soon, and then everyone got upset.
George, you're not going to be around for much longer, and this is a tough question that I wanted to ask. This is more directed at Brandon. No, God. Wait, I was wondering, like, how would you feel about someone else taking over and finishing the books? Yeah. Not you.
I was sent this clip out of context, and I've had some difficulty.
Oh, what's the context?
Finding the original poster to check to see if they might be a kid, maybe have a bit of a spicy brain. I don't want to be too harsh, so.
Who cares? I feel like the best thing to do in this situation would just be like, yeah, maybe, and then like continue. Like, why would you make a big deal out of it?
George, you're not going to be around for much longer, and.
I get there are a lot of jokes online. There's a ton of memes about George R. R. Martin and his delayed writing. I myself have even made some jokes about George R. R. Martin here on the channel and his slow writing. I regret some of them. I don't regret others. Humor is a complicated thing. There was no joke here. It just seemed either someone not understanding social situations very well or an attempt for attention. And either way, let's not do that and then make it all the worse by asking one of his peers next to him who had to take on the responsibility of...
Am I crazy? Wait. Okay, wait, let's watch that again.
George, you're not going to be around for much longer, and this is a tough question that I wanted to ask.
That's like kind of humorous, but also it's like, it is true. He's old. It's an old man. He's not like he's a young person. I don't think that's that crazy. I don't know. Because I didn't see the clip. Initially, I just saw a TikTok person just talking about it and being like, I can't believe it. Everyone was up in an uproar and it was crazy and someone yelled at him and it was like they were forced off the stage and I thought it was like way crazier. Interesting. Remember when this guy cheated on his wife? George R. Martin or the YouTuber guy?
George, you're not.
Daniel Green. Why do I know this name?
Hello, everyone.
Are you talking about was it this person? Why do I know that? I remember this somehow. I don't know. It is what it is. Okay. What now, guys? Oh my god. What time is it? How much longer? I got another like 15 minutes. Yeah, that girl made the videos on him. I don't remember this at all. Daniel Green wife. Did I even watch this? I have no idea. Okay. What now, guys? What do I usually do when I have nothing else to do on stream? I don't know, Miller put a video. Peacemaker Season 2, intro title sequence. I have not seen Peacemaker. I have very, very little interest in watching this. I have no idea what it is. It just gives a vibe that I don't really want to watch, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Peacemaker's like a hero or a villain or something, right? Is that the guy from Doctor Who? Thursdays 9 p.m. Okay. I guess this made me want to watch the show less. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the comedy is like hit and miss sometimes, and this was like not my type of comedy. Interesting. I love how Superman is being a symbol of hope in one corner of the DCU and John Cena is in the other doing this. Doing what? Dancing? Interesting. Okay. Now I'm truly out of content. We should watch a video essay. It's been a while since I've watched a video essay. We could watch like a Tuck Up His Original Sin video essay. I wonder if there are any. Oh, but it's all gonna be boring. It's... Oh boy. Hey, that's me. Oh my god. Wait, I was gonna say, do I have the most viewed one? But no, I have the least viewed one. Of course. This could be an interesting video. What is this?
Save 12 minutes. Mr. Beast Clean Water Project aims to raise $40 million to give clean water to 2 million people, claiming $1 donated equals an entire year of clean water per person. It sounds great, but some doubt the math. They find it hard to believe $1 can give one person clean water for 1 year. Some sees it as a marketing trick. During an 18-hour live stream we did in Ross and XQZ, they raised...
This is a new type of content. Oh my god.
$12 million, a world record, starting with Mr. Beast on $500,000, but he got criticized for pressuring big creators and rich people live. Mr. Beast told one creator, debt collector here, where's the one?
Isn't it interesting? Because you could make the same video where it's literally just having the whole thing on screen, and it would be like the worst video ever, and you get no views. But you can get 14,000 views by having a little bit of editing, you know?
Which the creator said, dude, why am I getting pressed like this? This creator said, you're not thinking of any other creator except Mr. Beast. So Mr. Beast gets all the credit when he's asking people to donate on his stream and stuff and pressuring.
How does this channel have so many views? I mean, subscribers.
Please, dude, Ludwig just got effing destroyed.
Meow.
Save 30 minutes. Ludwig hosted a Mario Kart event called Brewery Kart, where the idea was you get drunk and play Mario Kart. But the problem is, he invited his friend Mango, who is a non-alcoholic. Ludwig encouraged him to keep drinking and even...
Okay, wait a minute. This is definitely a fake channel, right? Like, they bought this channel from someone else. There's no way you could have 220 subs with this content, right? Unless you've been doing this for, like, 2 decades or something, but it's only been doing it for 5 months. Yeah. Interesting.
This video contains...
Well, I've got the stream paused, but I just want to say cheating is based. That is one thing I've never understood. The cheating in, like, games on Twitch. Like, why do you get banned on Twitch for cheating? It's a bit silly. What is this? Everyone who... Huh? What is this? Miss Black Friday. Is this spoilers?
Fans aren't happy at all after seeing Miss Black Friday. While the
Who sent it? What? Oh, Miller sent an AI video? What is this?
entire season 2 cast looks amazing, there's one exception. Vivi. She was supposed to be Miss Wednesday, but she ended up looking more like Miss Black Friday. I'm not racist.
What?
Like Miss Black Friday. I'm not racist, but in the anime and manga, Vivi had a fair complexion, and there was really no reason to make her look so different. Usopp's casting worked perfectly because it matched his character well, but Vivi's feels like day and night in comparison. Many fans think the makers just cast blindly, but they might not realize that Oda himself
What happened to her eyes? I guess this is like a really upscaled image.
had a big role in casting, meaning he personally chose this actress. So what about you all?
Wait, do people know what Oda looks like, or does he always have this thing on his head?
Chose this actress. So what about you all? Do you like this version of Vivi or not? But fans...
Hey, you know what? I guess most people are arguing against this. It's kind of funny. What is this channel? Wow, one video 1 month ago. Well, it's so interesting how the right-wing bots overnight went from defending Mr. Beast from leftists critiquing him, criticizing him, to now calling Mr. Beast the devil for raising money for African kids. You know what? I'll take your word for it, Heath, but... You know, everyone just hates Mr. Beast. Mushoku Tensei fans. Mushoku Tensei fans. You know, I'm sure Mr. Gems is saying something there, you know? Or the entire video is AI, Lamau. True. Guys, trust me, Oda is personally combing through every audition and handpicking every actor. He is such a Goda. True. Okay. Let's watch the Takobi video. So Takobi's Original Sin spoilers, guys. Then I'll probably have to leave after this somewhat soon.
Spoilers for episode 4 of Takobi's Original Sin. Leave
Spoilers.
now if you're sensitive to child abuse, sexual misconduct, or anything.
Bro, they have a warning, just like in the TV show. This is crazy.
Antisocial personality disorder, or a sociopath, is one of the 10 personality disorders listed in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for Mental Disorders, aka the DSM. People with antisocial personality disorder may lie, deceive, or manipulate. They may act impulsively or disregard the safety of themselves or others. Episode 4 is a turning point for Takobi viewers because the irreparable damage done to Shizuka is starting to show. All the bullying, all the parental rejection, isolation, living in squalor has eroded her mental state. And keep in mind, the average age of a 4th grader, which I hate to have on my search history, is around 9 to 10 years old. Shizuka is a child, and every adult in her life has failed her at every opportunity. Her mother is negligent, her father is absent, and her teachers have turned a blind eye. Even the police don't stop to ask why a child is entering the door alone in the middle of the day, living in filth. Society has failed Shizuka at every turn, and it has now culminated in this moment where Shizuka asks Azuma to turn himself in for her. And I'm here to tell you that in this moment, it is okay to hate Shizuka. It's okay to feel betrayed, to question how she could be so cold. How can she not grasp the horror of Marina's body being...
Wait, was there any... I don't know if anyone hated... Did I did. There was, like, definitely dislike of Shizuka at certain points. I don't think this was one of them. Like, I kind of get it. I mean, I completely get it.
Being found. Why is she still obsessed with finding Chappie while everything around her is collapsing? The year is 1968, Newcastle, England. Mary Bell is just 10 years old, and her home life is in complete chaos. Born to a local prostitute, her mother, Elizabeth Bell, was by all accounts a deeply abusive and neglectful woman, according to Mary's aunt.
This video took a turn. Oh
she
my
was
god.
unwanted from birth. The man Mary believed to be her father was a violent alcoholic, and family members frequently found unexplained bruises on her body after she had been alone with her mother. In one harrowing incident, Mary was sold to a mentally unstable woman who couldn't bear children of her own. She was eventually rescued by her older sister Betty, who traveled alone to find and bring Mary back home. And most horrifying of all, there was only one bedroom in the Bell household. Elizabeth would bring her clients into that room. It is believed that Mary not only witnessed the work of her mother, but may have also been an unwilling participant as well.
And I'm pretty certain she would have known perhaps even sexual violence and sexual attacks between adults and children as part of the norm.
In May of that same year, Mary Bell snuck into the home of a 4-year-old boy, Martin Brown, and strangled him to death. 2 months later, she was seen playing with 3-year-old Brian Howie.
I'm so curious. How's he gonna tie this in?
Found dead. He had been strangled. A poor attempt was made to conceal his body, and he showed signs of mutilation. A crude M was attempted to be carved into his stomach. Mary Bell became the youngest known female killer in modern British history. She was sentenced to life in prison and diagnosed with psychopathic personality disorder, a classification listed in the DSM, now considered closely related.
Oh, I guess. Okay, they're saying Shizuka could have been that or something.
To
right?
antisocial or sociopathic personality traits.
Mary had other things on her mind as well. And, for instance, she had an Alsatian dog. And you would ask about that.
Shizuka's life draws unsettling parallels to that of Mary Bell. If Mary Bell was a psychopath, then Shizuka is, by contrast, a textbook sociopath, and through that lens, her actions start to make sense. Shizuka was relentlessly tormented by Marina. Much of Shizuka's daily suffering can be traced directly back to her. Without a stable emotional foundation, why would Shizuka see Marina's death as something tragic? Sociopathic behavior still follows a line of reasoning. Yes, there is a concerning amount of logic in what they do, but there is also empathy.
What is, like, sociopath? Actually, it's not going to show me, is it? This is a good ChatGPT question. What is a sociopath? A persistent pattern of disregard for the rights of others, lack of empathy, and often manipulative or harmful behavior. I don't think Shizuka was manipulative at all. Harmful, I guess, indirectly. Lack of empathy, maybe. Right, key traits. Chronic lying. Not really. Manipulative behavior to exploit others. I don't think she really manipulated anyone. Impulsivity or failure to plan ahead. Maybe. Irritability or aggressiveness, no. Lack of remorse. Well, that hurt others? Not really. Disregard for the laws or social norms. Kind of. Inability to maintain long-term relationships. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if this fits, but okay.
Empathy as something tragic. Sociopathic behavior still follows a line of reasoning. Yes, there is a concerning amount of logic in what they do, but there is also empathy to some degree. It's just muted, muddled, and a little confusing. Shizuka understands that going to jail is bad, but she believes she can support Azuma no matter how long it takes, and keep in mind, abandonment is a...
Yeah, I think the difference is that, like, this scene where she's like, will you go to jail, or like, will you, like, turn yourself in for me? I don't feel like she's manipulating him in that moment. It feels like she earnestly just truly wants to see her dog and is taking Azuma's words at face value, that he's willing to do anything for her. And he's like, oh, and she's like, oh, if you're willing to do anything for me, then can you please, like, go to jail? And I don't think she even realizes that that's, like, something he wouldn't want to do. But I don't think it's, like, out of manipulation. I think it's just out of, like, she just doesn't understand.
Key issue in the story. So if she can solve that for Azuma, then in her mind, everything will be all right. She knows murder is...
Wait, is that what he just said? Maybe he just said that.
Shizuka see Marina's death as something tragic. Sociopathic behavior still follows a line of reasoning. Yes, there is a concerning amount of logic in what they do, but there is also empathy to some degree. It's just muted, muddled, and a little confusing. Shizuka understands that going to jail is bad, but she believes she can support Azuma no matter how long it takes, and keep in mind, abandonment is a key issue in the story. So if she can solve that for Azuma, then in her mind, everything will be all right. She knows murder is wrong, but Marina, her biggest source of pain, is gone. So to her, that too becomes acceptable. This isn't some cold-blooded evil. It is the warped logic of a 10-year-old child who has never been properly socialized, cared for, and abandoned time and time again. A child who is emotionally and developmentally...
It's interesting. I didn't get this reading much at all. Because, like, the Marina thing is, like... Because Shizuka at some point says that, she wanted to kill Marina, but she didn't think it was possible. I think that's more so what she, like, implies. Rather than, like, oh, she never even... Like... I don't... like, didn't want to do it. It's interesting.
It's gone. So to her, that too becomes acceptable. This isn't some cold-blooded evil. It is the warped logic of a 10-year-old child who has never been properly socialized, cared for, and abandoned time and time again. A child who is emotionally and developmentally stunted. And even after everything that's happened, I don't think Shizuka is a bad person. I don't hate her, though I understand why others might. To me, Shizuka is a victim. We could understand when she was being tormented, but when the damage of that torment starts to show, people are now scared of her and confused by her. In my opinion, this part of the story is when she needs the most help and most support. But I don't think she's going to find it in Tokyo.
It's interesting. I guess do people like hate Shizuka? Marina, I can easily understand why you would hate her. Like, I hated her. RTTV really hated her. At some points, at least, at the beginning. I watched their reactions, by the way, to... That's my first reaction series that RTTV I watched all the way through was Takoba's Original Sin. This was a cool video. I like this. It's like, this is kind of novel, having like a history thing and relating it to a character. I like this. Small channel. Wait, what are the comments saying?
This video.
What I like the most about the manga... Oh boy. What I like the most about the manga anime is how Shizuka, Marina, and Azuma, and even Takapi are morally great characters. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I hope they keep making videos. Are you excited for Mushoku Tensei live action releasing in 2030? No. But I mean, you know what? I will definitely watch it if it looks interesting. A toddler crying for food is manipulative. I guess by that definition, then yes. I guess we're all manipulative in a way. Doctor Who from the 90s looked cool in that H-Bomber Guy video. You mean the... That was a fun thing, actually. Doctor Who... Who's the Mr. Bean guy? Rowan something. Rowan Atkinson. It's on YouTube, I think. Yeah, this. Right?
500 miles of fear and feces. Goodbye.
True. Or maybe he's talking about the movie? There's like a movie in the 90s or something, I think. Anyway. That's it, guys. I gotta go game. So enjoy that. But then Stephen Moffat ruined it. Oh my god, we love Stephen Moffat. The greatest writer of our modern era. What has he written that's so great? Let's see. He's written... Wait, quickly, I'll do this, okay? Immediately, this is what comes to mind, okay? 1. The Christmas Carol. I think he wrote that. 2. I mean, obviously Blink, okay? 3. Silence in the Library. Forest of the Dead. 4. A Scandal in Belgravia. 5. So on and so forth. Okay? But you know the best thing about Stephen Moffat? His interviews are always very entertaining to listen to. He's like a funny guy, like very funny. Alright. Where is it? Show me his filmography. So Doctor Who's written 50 episodes. 84 episodes. 2 episodes. Blink, The Girl in the Fireplace, Silence in the Library, The End of Time, Part 2. I didn't know he wrote that. That's interesting. I guess he wrote the final bit or something. The 11th Hour, Pandorica Opens, Big Bang, A Christmas Carol, The Impossible Astronaut, A Good Man Goes to War, Night... I don't know what that is. Night and the Doctor. Is that the one with the Paul McGann or something? What else? The Snowman, The Name of the Doctor, obviously The Day of the Doctor, The Night of the Doctor, The Caretaker, fantastic, Dark Water, The Magician's Apprentice, Heaven Sent, one of the greatest things ever made, The Return of Dr. Mysterio, and there we go, that's it. We love it. And Sherlock. Spoilers. Alright. Okay. Moffat literally made the Rowan Atkinson thing. Okay, that makes sense why it would be in that video then. What a guy. So glad he made Doctor Who, okay? Anyway. Thanks for coming, guys. I'll see you soon. I don't know when I'll stream next, but it'll be, hopefully within the next week, you know? What am I watching? Something? I'm watching something soon, I think. What am I watching? I don't know. I'll probably watch a bunch of movies. I find movies fun. I've been watching a bunch lately. I'll record my digest someday soon too, okay? Anyway, thanks for watching. See you... Well, why am I saying that? Bye! See you next time. Or don't. Or anything like that.